my passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Scorpio, this week, it's as if you're holding your breath just beneath the surface. There's a quiet ache in the background, something you've noticed but haven't quite named. Maybe it's a sense of restlessness or a subtle dissatisfaction that creeps in when the world quiets down. You might feel caught in a gentle tug-of-war between longing for more and questioning what that more even looks like. There's a hush to this tension, a pause that isn't empty but charged, waiting for something to shift. It isn't drama or crisis. It's the quiet moment after a question is asked before the answer arrives. In that space you feel your own depths more keenly. You sense the weight of what has been left unsaid, the way your own needs sometimes get brushed aside. This is a week where your inner world feels full, yet you're not quite sure what to do with that fullness. You're sitting with a feeling that something is missing, even though your life looks on the surface as it should. If you let yourself, you can sense both the ache and the invitation it contains. In this inner world, the 4 of Cups quietly reveals itself. You're not disinterested in life, but you're not fully engaged either. There's a sense of sitting by the window and watching the world pass, wishing for something to spark you awake, yet unsure what that would be. Perhaps you've noticed your attention drifting in conversations. Maybe you've caught yourself staring at your phone just to fill the space, or daydreaming about a life that feels more vivid, more honest, more alive. You might sense a quiet skepticism toward offers, toward well-meaning advice, even toward your own old dreams. This isn't numbness, Scorpio. It's a kind of emotional holding pattern, a place you land when you're not quite ready to move but can't go back to how things were. You recognize the gifts in front of you, yet something inside you resists reaching for them. It's not about being ungrateful, it's about needing a deeper reason to say yes. There's weariness in your heart, the kind that comes from carrying unmet needs for longer than you care to admit. You know how to endure, but this weak endurance feels thin. You may feel surrounded by options, but none of them call to you in the way you truly crave. The world keeps offering, but you're holding out for something real, something that stirs you at your core. This week, your inner state is defined by this longing, for meaning, for connection, for a sign that it's time to re-engage. And yet you're not rushing. You're letting yourself sit with the discomfort even as you quietly hope for a shift. From this place of suspended longing, the week's events begin to move around you. The very fact of your hesitation, you're holding back, sets certain things in motion. When you hesitate, life doesn't stop, it rearranges itself. The things you say no to, even passively, create their own consequences. The tension you feel inside starts to ripple outward, shaping how you show up and what comes your way. This week, your own pause becomes the ground on which new pressures build, and choices begin to present themselves, not as demands but as invitations, each with their own weight. The 2 of Pentacles emerges here, a quiet reflection of all the plates you're spinning. You'll likely notice how many small decisions pile up, demanding your attention. There's a sense of managing, balancing, and keeping things afloat, even as your heart feels elsewhere. Some days you might feel like you're performing a delicate dance, juggling work, relationships, daily routines, never quite able to put anything down. The friction comes not from chaos, but from the sheer effort it takes to keep things moving when your spirit wants to pause. You sense the momentum of life continuing, regardless of your mood, and this can feel both reassuring and exhausting. It's a week of subtle negotiations, both with others and with yourself. You may find yourself rescheduling plans, shifting priorities, or weighing two equally unappealing options. The pressure isn't overwhelming, but it is persistent. There's a steady hum of responsibility, of external expectations and internal standards that refuse to let up. Sometimes you feel as if you're carrying two realities at once, the life you're living and the life you're quietly imagining. The friction isn't only in the outer world, but in the way you try to keep everything in balance while longing for something to tip. You're aware that something needs to give, but for now you keep the dance going, hoping that clarity will emerge in the movement. These pressures are not the kind that break you, Scorpio. They are the ones that reveal where your true priorities lie, and what you're willing to let go of when the time is right. It's in these moments where longing meets necessity that the real possibility for change begins. Your potential isn't something that happens by accident, nor is it guaranteed by the passing of days. It waits for your conscious engagement, for the moment when you decide to look at your own restlessness and ask what it's trying to show you. The growth you sense on the horizon depends on your willingness to stay present with the discomfort, to notice the patterns at play, and to let a new question emerge. Only when you turn toward your own experience rather than away from it does the door to possibility open a little wider. Consciousness does not erase tension, but it changes its shape. It gives you the chance to respond rather than react. In this way, potential is never just a matter of luck or timing. It is born from attention, from your choice to meet life as it really is right now. The Page of Swords appears at this threshold, inviting you to become curious again, not with reckless abandon but with a gentle spark of inquiry. You might find yourself asking new questions of yourself, of others, of the world. There is an openness here, a willingness to see things differently, even if the answers are not immediate. This isn't a push to leap before you're ready. It's a subtle, honest urge to explore. You may catch yourself noticing details you once overlooked, or feeling a quiet surge of interest in something that once seemed irrelevant. The Page of Swords does not promise certainty. Instead, it invites you to hold your questions without needing to solve them right away. You might feel moments of fresh clarity, a sentence that lands, a small insight that breaks through the fog. Growth here looks like letting yourself be a beginner again, honoring the doubts and curiosities that arise. You are not required to have a plan. You are simply asked to notice what stirs when you pay attention. Each day offers a new chance to listen, to observe, to gently test the edges of your own comfort. In this, you find the beginnings of new energy. The world may not change overnight, but your relationship to it does. There is relief in realizing you don't have to know everything to begin again. Your potential this week is not in the answers you find, but in the questions you dare to ask. Looking back at the journey these cards trace, you see a story that belongs wholly to you. The Four of Cups brings you face to face with your own longing, a gentle ache for something deeper, more alive. The Two of Pentacles reminds you that life's demands don't pause, even when you do. You balance, you juggle, you keep the world in motion, protecting the quiet place inside where your truest feelings live. The Page of Swords opens the window just a crack, letting in a breath of fresh curiosity, a glimmer of possibility. Together, these energies don't promise a dramatic breakthrough. Instead, they offer something steadier, the reassurance that even in a week of tension and uncertainty, you are not adrift. You are simply in the pause before the next question, the balance before the next step, the quiet before the next beginning. Every longing, every act of juggling, every new question is a part of your becoming. You don't have to force resolution. It's enough to notice, to remain present, and to trust that the way forward will show itself in time. There's a gentle strength in this, one that is felt more than seen. You are not stuck, Scorpio. You are simply gathering yourself, waiting for the right moment to move with intention once again. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. See what happens if you sit with a feeling a little longer before reaching for distraction. Let yourself notice the small things you usually overlook during your day. If a new question arises, try writing it down without needing to answer it right away. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I meet my feelings as they are without rushing. Each day I notice what is true for me. I let small curiosities lead me forward. This week I trust my own timing. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.